Today we're going to be hitting a back workout at home here in the garage. I actually threw my back out the other day like an old man doing RDLs with my girl. She was putting me through a glute and hamstring bias leg day, and I threw my back out. I bit off way more than I could chew with them RDLs. Getting cocky, and I hurt myself. But we're gonna be doing back today very carefully, but we're actually gonna shoot these bows, just kind of get some target practice in. Now this is my dad's bow. I'm getting a new one for Christmas, I think. This old Hoyt has always done the job. Actually killed a massive buck last week with it. That was pretty good. Damn. Yeah, it's safe to say you won that one. Goodness. All right, time to hit this workout. Got some coffee. Hello, which is doing two things. Warming me up and giving me some caffeination. I think we're gonna do pull-ups to start things out. And I didn't want to just do normal pull-ups. I want to keep it fun for you guys. I want to keep it fun for myself. So we're gonna go find a tree, see if we can't do some variation of a pull-up or chin-up. Then we'll come back in here, probably finish off a little more pull-ups. Rows, I got a cool little T-bar attachment for my bar, so we'll do some rows. And go from there. Maybe find some stuff in the garage we can utilize for some single arm rows and stuff, but let's have some fun, man. We've found the tree. Now I was thinking about going, like crossing my hands and doing like a chin up, but this actually bows enough so we can actually do a normal pull up. So I'm gonna do a couple warm ups and then, you can't jump for that. We're gonna do a couple warm ups and then dive into it. Or I guess jump into it. Back in the garage now. We're gonna do some more domesticated pull-ups. That's where the straps on my wrists or my hamstrings giving out on me from doing the pull-ups on the tree. Let's wait a second, do a couple more. 5 more now, Blaine, come on. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, nope. Worth the try. Let's do some rows. Came out to let the chickens out. We got a bunch of eggs. Hey, hey. Dude. Mean rooster. Look at this cool thing. I got this for Christmas. Man, probably like 7 years ago. Cool little at-home setup because all you need is a bar and some weights. You gotta be real careful with the back. Like I said earlier, I threw the back out the other day. I think I might superset with lat pullovers. We'll see how that cable in there feels. It's a handmade cable, fabricated by your boy. So we'll see if it's worthy of pullovers. Who's calling me? What's up, homie? Currently working out outside. I decided I was gonna do 4 sets, so I threw on a nickel. Might as well go a little heavier. It's hard to be humble on these because every time I do them, all I can think of is Arnold. I'm sure you guys have seen those old videos of just like 4 plates on here and he's just wrenching it out. So it's hard to stay smart. Not the prettiest form in the world, but it does it. Gets the work done. Let's go do some, let's do barbell bent over rows. Now in these, I'm kind of wanting to focus more on rear delts and traps. So I'm not going to keep it as close to my legs as I just did on those T-bar rows. I'm going to be pulling up more towards my, sort of my sternum area, top of my rib cage. 2 more. Ugh. One more good one. That sucked. Ugh. Gosh, stay down. Okay, still wasn't the best. All right, last thing, we're gonna do some rear delts. I know a lot of people argue whether or not rear delts are part of the back, but for me, they're a part of back and shoulders because I really need to work on them. So I think it's important to do them on both days. So we're just gonna take these plates. We got 10-pound plates. We're just gonna throw them out to our sides. These are a little lighter than I would like to go, but they'll do. We'll just do more reps. John Meadows talks about how for rear delts, it's almost better to just go light until it burns rather than try to go super heavy and run the risk of incorporating other muscle groups like too much trap. All right, let's go pose. Okay, camera went kaplat on us again. Even though I got it hooked up to the extension cord, it's on a freaking lifeline right now. Still died out. It was probably unplugged somewhere. All right, so sitting around 215 right now. I think by Thanksgiving, we'll probably be sitting around 206, I think is probably a good range. And I'm really only cutting just because I didn't cut super hard this last summer, and I was just slowly starting to bulk, you know, over the last month or so. And I realized, okay, I'm gonna be bulking for the next, 6 months or so. So I might as well do a mini cut, get lean again, and then in December, be able to commit really hard to a bulk. But a lot of people sleep on what the rear delt can do. Obviously, your front delts or your side delts are super important for that cap from the front. But when it comes to the back, if you want a really good profile, having that pumped rear delt is super key. And honestly, the combination of a really good rear delt and a good tricep, you'll start to get that gnarly insertion there. Whew, let's check the back. Hopefully I'm in the shot. How are we looking? Was that in the shot? Good. Let's go scout some buck territory. I want to find these buck beds because we've been hunting a lot of buck sign, lots of scrapes and rubs, but I want to see where these boys are bedding down. We're not really sure right now. It's a little late for this because it's already mid-rut, but I want to go in there, have some fun. Already shot a buck last week, so I obviously can't shoot a buck. So I'll take the bow in. If I see a doe, I'll shoot one. But really, this is just some cardio and scouting time, spending time outdoors with God. I gotta say, this is the best part about living out here or coming home to see my parents is I get chicken eggs and deer meat. My advice to any broke college student is if you're trying to get big, make it as cheap as possible and start hunting and find some fresh eggs. Oh, one of these cracked in my pocket. Yeah, start hunting and get you some fresh fresh chicken eggs. When I wanted to have a snack in college, I would not buy groceries or snacks. I would literally just eat eggs or venison, one of the two. And you can't go wrong with either of those. All right, you guys, we made it into this spot. Look at this. I engineered the best GoPro mount ever. If we see something, if we see a decent doe, we're putting her down. Hopefully I can get it on camera. But we're basically gonna be scouting out the top of these peninsulas. The wind is in our favor. It's going east right now. So we have a west wind going east. And thankfully I'm walking west. So we're gonna be downwind, which is good. All right, you guys just had a mama and her fawn. I saw the fawn first. And then the mama came in at 30 yards, but I didn't range her. So I didn't want to take a shot if I didn't know for sure how far she was. I should have took it. But they ended up busting out of there. The fawn kind of gave me away. But we're going to keep working back here really slowly and see if we can't find some buck beds and see what's going on. And then maybe we'll get a doe when we come back out. Alright, so there's a lot of buck sign up here. Obviously scrapes and rubs. I'm suspecting that they're bedding up here. And then they're working down the bottom of this ridge, making their way into this flat area. So. Alright, you guys, we're currently back at home now. So we went out scouting. Didn't shoot any does on the way out. Honestly didn't see any more. But I was happy I went out because I got a better understanding of where the bucks are living. We've been hunting a lot of deer sign, scrapes, and rubs, all near our feeders and stands. But it's better to understand exactly where those bucks are bedding down so that you have a higher chance of seeing them, because you're able to see, okay, here's where they're bedding, here's exactly where they're transitioning, and you're just going to increase your odds of seeing those bucks. So that's exactly what we did. I know exactly where I want to put a stand now that I see, you know, where they're bedding down. And they're bedding down on that top peninsula, you know, because it's super thick up there. They can see and smell everything going on around them. And when they're ready to come down and feed, they're coming down. So I'm hoping to set up a stand somewhere in one of those pinch points where they're coming down from that peninsula. But in regards to today's video, the lifting portion, guys, you don't need much, man. And that's why I love the country lifestyle is, you know, it really simplifies things down. You need some weights, you need some deer venison, and some eggs, right? And you can get jacked from those three things. And yes, hunting can seem intimidating, but I want to encourage you guys, if you have a friend that hunts, or if you know anyone that hunts, ask them, hey, can you take me out? You know, show me the ropes, show me what to do. And I promise you, hunting and bodybuilding, they go so well together, you know, because one, you're lifting hard in the gym, and then two, you're getting to withdraw out in the outdoors and get a lean source of protein to provide not only for yourself, but also for your family. So today's video is to show you guys the country life and show you how anabolic it can be and how fun it can be and God-centered it could be, honestly. But yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. All my links to everything are down below. The link to my Christian Outdoor brand Withdrawal is down below. This is our new hat. Mine's kind of dirty because I wear it so much. Also, the link to my one-on-one fitness coaching is down below. I help Christian men achieve their dream physiques. So if you're a Christian man who feels like you're not storing your body the way that you should, you're not, you know, living up to the fullest potential that you think that God has for you, you can click the link down below and you and I will get in contact. Everything else is down there as well. But guys, remember to love God, lift weights, and live life. We'll see you next time.